what you do now while you're in high school can affect your future. BruceMitchell. I am an academic advisor here at Kent State University and also an adjunct English professor. Excuse my attire today. I'm not in a suit or anything today because my office is actually under construction, so they told us to dress down today so we can move our offices. So that's that. I am also a graduate of Kent State. First, I'll go back to my high school, so hopefully I don't offend anybody because I'm from Cleveland, but you know, I actually went to Cleveland Heights High School. So, yeah, I'm from Cleveland Heights High School, and I actually attended Kent State University and received a degree, a Bachelor of Science degree in education. December of 2005, and then I received my master's degree in the art of teaching in May of 2007. So, two-time graduate of Kent State University. I have found this to be a great experience for me, and now I have, throughout my time here, preparing to get into the professional arena, I have actually served in a variety of capacities, worked with a lot of different student organizations. While I was here, I was the president of the Voices of Testimony Gospel Choir, also vice president and brother of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated. What you do now while you're in high school can affect your future. And that might sound real cliche, like you've heard that before, okay? But it's true. The decisions that you make right now in high school, that's academically and socially, they will impact your future in a variety of ways. First, academically, I cannot tell you how many times I meet with students for academic advising, and I find that when meeting with them, they can't go into certain programs that they want. They can't go into the major they want because, why? Because they don't have the grades to do so. Why? Because they said, well, when I was in high school, I wasn't really serious about it. I wasn't really on it, so I ain't really cared. You know, or this happened, so I really wasn't on my grades, and so now I know I can do the work though. You know, I'm here, I'm ready, I want to do this, I want to be a nurse, I want to do this. But they can't get into the nursing program because they don't have the high school grade point average. Okay? So again, it's very important that what you do right now, you have to think about that. So putting your all into your academics and not blowing it off. So right now you in high school, and so you thinking, well, if I don't like my teacher, you know, I don't get along with her, she get on my nerves, she always picking with me. You know, you think like that. You say, well, I ain't going to that class, or I'm not doing this, I'm not turning this in. And so that's the high school mentality that you learn to grow and develop away from as you become a college student. Because it's not about whether or not you like the teacher. Because when you get here, you might be in a classroom with 426 other students in Bowman Hall for general psychology. 400 people. Can you imagine being in a class with 400 people? A large lecture hall. It's like an assembly for you. And that's class. Somebody come in with a microphone and talk from a microphone and run class. Okay? But it's not all the classes. The good thing about Kent State University, at least, is that it's more to it than just the large lecture classes. We also have some smaller classes. So you might have a class that may have 25 students in it. I teach a writing course here, college writing. We have between 20 to 25 students in one class. Okay? So you can have more of a one-on-one relationship with your professors. Okay? But it's not about whether or not you like that person because you're paying for it, right? So when you get to college, you know, it might be loans that that you have to take out to pay for school. It might be financial aid or government money, etc. That's helping you to pay for this, or scholarships that you're on. So you need to maintain a certain grade point average so you can keep getting your money, right? Because you don't want to lose it. Sometimes I get students come, I gotta get this grade in this class, because if I don't, I'll lose my scholarship. And then all of a sudden they start thinking about it and it gets serious to them. Okay? But you have to go in the beginning motivating. You have to think about what you're doing now. On the social end of things, how you interact with your teachers and advisors and counselors and things on your high school campus. You have to think about how you're getting along with people, because you may need a recommendation from somebody. You may need somebody to speak to your character if you want to apply for a scholarship, or if you want to apply for a summer academic transition program. At Kent State University, we also have another program that I work very closely with, and I wore my bracelet today. When I graduated from Cleveland Heights High School in 2001, I think it was June 10th, the day I graduated from high school, I didn't go out with my friends like I wanted to. Go eat, kick it, do whatever. I couldn't do that. My stuff was in my father's truck, packed. And he drove me straight to college right after graduation. Can you imagine that? It was a hard thing for me to do. But I was a part of a summer academic transition program that was called Academic Stars, Students Achieving and Reaching Success. A 7-week summer transition program where you take courses, a writing course, a Black experience course, and several workshops that are to holistically develop you in a variety of ways. All right? And so you can earn 7 college credits in the summer before you even start school in the fall. So that was the kind of a driving force for me with doing it. And I saw the goal, I saw the future, and I said, you know what, I really don't want to, I want to enjoy my summer. I was heavily involved in stuff in high school and activities and everything else, but I said, I want a break, I'm tired. But I was like, no, this is about my future, this is what's to come. I said, I'm not going to pass this up, it's free, it's paid for. 7 college credits, they pay for your housing, everything. All right? So I went ahead and I did that program. Okay? And in that program, you learn a lot about African ancestry. All right? So you learn a lot about your heritage and where you come from. In this class, you take a Black experience course and you go through a process that's called rites of passage. And you understand the slave experience, and you understand that it's more than just the slave experience, that there was something great that came before the slave experience, that your people were kings and queens, all right? And that there were a lot of riches and things and rich culture and history that's a part of that. And so a lot of times now we begin to disconnect ourselves from our ancestry, and we say, I ain't no African. I don't know nothing about that. We make jokes about it. But when you learn and you understand the history and the culture behind it, it becomes great to you, and you start calling back home. Why didn't I learn this? Okay? Understand that Kent State University is a predominantly white institution. We have one of the top centers of Pan-African culture in the nation. Our Center of Pan-African Culture, or Department of Pan-African Studies, recently undergone a multi-million-dollar renovation. The building is named after a man who was the first Black professor in Ohio, a member of my fraternity, Alpha Phi Alpha, Dr. Oscar Ritchie. So the building is called Oscar Ritchie. All right? So that's just a little bit of information for you. But other than that, as you think about where you want to go and what you want to do, think about summer transition programs even that may be afforded to you and different scholarships, but you have to, I said all that to say, you have to put yourself in a position for it. Because if you wanted to be a part of an Academic Stars program or something like an Upward Bound Bridge program, you may need somebody to recommend you for that, someone who can speak to your character. And if you can't have anybody that can speak to your character and who can vouch for you and say, yeah, I know this person is going to be here. I know this person is going to have their stuff together. They're going to make it through. They're not going to waste your time or your money if you invest in them and you offer them this opportunity. And so that's why I say that what you do now can affect you because of the social aspect as well as that academic piece. Okay? When you go back to your high school, change your attitudes with your instructors. Change your attitudes and your mindset. Because you have to learn to start getting ready for college by losing that high school mentality and learning to become strong young adults. And understand that it's a way to go about things and a way to handle things. And the fact that you guys are here today, having the opportunity to be here, is great. It's excellent. It's a step in the right direction. And when things get hard, when things get rough and all that kind of stuff, find a mentor that you can have that's a professional person that can motivate you, encourage you, and inspire you when sometimes you get down. But understand that you can handle this. Don't let anybody tell you you are not college material. And I don't care if your counselors told you that when you're meeting with them because of what your grades may look like in high school. So what? You may have messed up in high school. But if you're ready for the challenge and you're ready to do this thing and you can make this happen because it's your future that's on the line. And nobody can take away from you your education. It's one thing my cousin told me as I worked on my master's. This is Lisa. She told me, nobody can take away your education from you. Nobody. They can't take it away. People can take a lot of things away, but that knowledge, that degree, what you learned, the experience of learning and knowing and being able to take what you learned in the classroom and transfer it to the real world and apply it in everyday life. Nobody can take that away from you. Be strong. Be strong. Why? Because you are strong. Amen.